folks, T-Mot back again for another drive time. And I know it's been a very, very long time. I was talking to a friend of mine, Tommy T. Adams, and we got to talking about a few things. And in the course of that conversation, it moved me to want to make this video. So you see the title, Are They Afraid of Trump? And I'm going to talk about a few other things. I'm not going to go long. And let me, I've told y'all before, I'm going to tell you again, do not put any money with this super chat nonsense they got with YouTube. They just keep it. If you want to send me some, $TMOTOFGA, T-Mota, Georgia. That'll work just fine. But it's not a requirement. That's only if you want to see me coming back more regular. All right. So let me just cover a few other things. If you can like it, you can share it. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Never take the light of truth and place it under a basket. Now that we've got all that worked out, let's cover a few points. The Democrats say that Republicans are intolerable. We won't accept the woke nonsense. We don't want drag queens going into our schools, performing for our children. I think, who was it? Wanda Sykes made the statement, until you show me drag queens going in and beating some kids to death, I think you ought to focus on something else. Lady, you have no idea of the damage that sodomites do to our children. You know what? And I remember one time, this brother, he's a Muslim, he was talking about why their community did not want sodomites within their community. He said it destroys family. And me at that particular time, and I still hold this view, but I'm going to explain the difference. I said, well, man, you know, people had a right to do whatever the hell they want to in the privacy of their bedroom. God will deal with them when they get to him. And he said, but it influences our children and it influences the community. So no, in their communities, because upon the family, and many people just don't understand it. I didn't see that 20 years. Obama opened up this Pandora's box. He gave himself, posted something that Tucker said, basically said Obama's private life was freaky. It was weird. And the only difference in Barack Obama and George Bush 2.0 was Obama opened the door for the sodomites, but all of the other policies, Bush, Clinton, of course, Joe Biden, they are all following. The only person that deviated from the course was Donald Trump. That's why Donald Trump. Okay, I'm back. A federal charge. So he's got federal indictment, 7 counts, and then he's got that nonsense in New York, which is a state indictment. The man was indicted twice. Haven't you figured out yet that when they don't want you that bad, there must be something underneath and behind it? And that's what it is. You know, I posted on my Facebook wall, Satan and his helpers. Of course, there's Satan. There's Asmodeus. There's Baphomet. There's Baal. There's Lilith. and Leviathan. The only one not mentioned in the Bible is Lilith. And I'm talking about the Protestant Bible. And Lilith is talked about in another one. But the point is, there are various areas that they deal with, okay? And how they influence man. Child sacrifice? Okay. What do you think abortion is all about? All of this sodomitism? Okay. What do you think Lilith and Baal is all about? Impurity. Just go get down into it and pick up some stuff for yourself and see how this country is being destroyed. Now, I'm going to say this. Trump is not going to save America. Ain't going to happen. The only thing that can save America are the people of America. And the people of America are not going to save America. Okay, well, T-Mop, why you being so, so abysmal, so pessimistic? Hey, man, it's in the book of Revelations. These things will come, all right? This stuff is coming. Jesus predicted it. Now, will it be in the next 10 years? The next 20? The next 30? The next 5? That I do not know. But here's what I do know. Trump will win the primary. And don't be mad about all of those fools running up against him. That only helps Trump. And the example that I gave, pay attention. Let's just say 40% of all of those in the Republican Party are voting for Trump. We're going to call them MAGA people. That leaves 60%. All right. Now, I'm only talking about the Republican primary. Well, that 60% will be divided up amongst all of those running against Trump. The bulk of it going to those that are going to support Ron DeSantis. Now, I like Ron DeSantis, but let me tell you what I don't like. Two things. One, Ron DeSantis had a 70% constitutional voting record. That means 30% of the time he shat on the Constitution with the Democrats. That's right. A lot of y'all don't want to hear it. Everybody's singing his praises. Yeah, I give praise what praises due. Like what he did in Florida. But Florida is one state. All right. You go in, you do a good job in one state, then you get up there and you get 50, and you go right back to doing the things that you did when you had a 70% constitutional voting record. You'll do just enough to keep the 1%ers moving in the direction that they've had this country going in for a long time. Me, I simply just don't trust him. Like what he did in Florida. But I don't like what he did when he was in Congress. And I'm just keeping it real. Those that don't understand it ain't my cross to bear. All right? So, Ron DeSantis will come in second to Trump. Well, that let's say Ron DeSantis might get 30% of that vote. Well, the rest of it is going to go to those other 7 or 8 folk that have jumped into the race. So what does that mean? Trump with 40%, he comes out ahead. They know this. They understand this. They see everybody is not rallying behind Ron DeSantis like they thought, even though they was letting Ron DeSantis get away with all the things that he wanted to get away with in Florida, going against COVID, which I support, going against masks, which I support, and I can go going against Disney, which I support, going against CRT, which I support. I support all of that. So either Ron DeSantis just became a conservative because he damn sure wasn't one when he was in D.C., or the man is playing the part for those people that are backing him like Jeb Bush. That's what gives me pause to ponder what the hell is going on. Makes me cautious. So I'm going to go to the dance with the one that rung me. All right, Donald Trump. He gets my vote in the primary. And the story. That's it. Donald Trump will win the primary. They are so afraid of Trump that they took this big risk. Look, the public is dumb as hell. They are dumb, excuse my language, they are dumb fucks. We can tell them whatever we want and they will believe it. Let us do another indictment against Trump. And maybe, just maybe, those MAGAs are Rhino supporters and they'll move over and support some Rhino like Chris Christie. That's right. He will actually get votes. That's what's going on. Because they cannot allow Trump to get in there. And if you followed me back in the day, folks, back 2015, y'all remember me. Oh, no, I'm going to go back further than that, 2014, when I talked about rhinos. You will remember, I warned you, I told you about rhinos. I told you to purge them, but you did not. And now, here we are, rhinos. There's a group called Republicans Against Trump. Why not just say rhinos against Trump? Tell me what, and let me give you this, and then I'm gonna shut up. I've been going 12 minutes already. I'm gonna shut up after this. What policies about Trump don't you like? But before I start rattling some off, you might not like what the man may say. He made the comment, and the only probably truthful thing that they ever put out about it, where he said, and it is true, you know, hey, I used to run the streets. When you got a whole bunch of money, you know, there are women in booty clubs that will let you do any and everything to them if you got a few dollars to stick in that G-string. Even now and up to grabbing the pussy, which is what the man said. Okay, he said it. He's guilty of it. But we get it. Those that are men and understand, not justifying it, but the man was just simply making a statement of fact. But people didn't like it because he told the truth. Now, he gives as good as he gets. I remember, man, there's this meme I got where Trump said Nancy looked like she was trying to keep her teeth from falling out of her mouth. I have never once seen Trump attack somebody that did not attack him. That's just what you get with the man. So now that I've said all of that, we're going to move all of that over to the table, and now we're going to talk about some policies. What don't you like about Trump wanting to require people to come into the country legally? What about that don't you like? What didn't you like about Trump saying, hey, Negroes, aren't you tired of Joe Biden's 94 crime bill that Bill Clinton signed into law? Warehouse cattle, okay, for the prison industrial complex. What part of I am willing to sign legislation to get rid of that so that you are not disproportionately punished for crack cocaine, 3 strikes and you're out, unlike your white counterparts, and powder cocaine? What didn't you like about that policy? What don't you like about? Now I want you to picture this. Picture a newborn baby just out of the womb. Now, minutes earlier, the Democrats would have liked to have had a law that would have allowed for the termination of that life up to the due date. Remember Hillary Clinton? Remember that Virginia governor that said, well, you know, after the baby is born, we can then have a conversation. See, I keep up with all this stuff, man. I got a mind like an elephant. I do not forget. I remember this stuff. What part of protecting the life of a child inside the womb and out do you have a problem with? I want to know. Put it in the comments. On top of that, what problem do you have with Donald Trump saying, hey, we aren't going to pay for all of these wars anymore. I want to put them to an end. Do you know there were no new wars under Donald Trump? None. What problem did you have with that? Man, I could go on and on. Climate change, churches being able to speak freely about politicians.